Hello and welcome to Team News Live, where today Ralph Hasenhüttl's side look to get their name into the fifth round of the FA Cup. This is of course the second time we've faced Tottenham in the last month. Of course we beat them here at St Mary's Stadium 1-0 on New Year's Day. Southampton have now won 6 out of their last 8 fixtures in all competitions. A fantastic run of form. Please do get your comments in and tell us what you make of that. Also tell us your score predictions and where you're watching from around the world as well. You can see we're in the tunnel here at St Mary's Stadium on the beautiful sunny south coast. Lots and lots going on already. This is where everything will be happening before the teams head out onto the hallowed turf later on this afternoon. Lots of comments already coming in. Let's take a look at a few of those. Theodore Rogers, good afternoon. He's going for a 4-2 Saints win today. Douglas Tisserman has said hi. Hello to you, Douglas. Zeal's got in touch and he says, oh, when the Saints. He's singing it already. Love that. Stacey has said, come on, Saints. And Hazzy P, love that, has said, come on, you Reds. So the fans are certainly up for it. Make sure you're sending us in your preferred starting 11 because we will be bringing you that team news in just under 20 minutes time. We know we're without Cedric, Yannick Vestergaard and Shane Long. So who would be in your starting 11 to face Tottenham today? Now it's only right that we kick off the show by taking a look back to that fantastic game under lights at Selhurst Park on Tuesday. This is the highlights from our 2-0 win against Crystal Palace.
Good evening from Selhurst Park in South London. He tries to cross early, it was the right idea, and then stupidly Vestergaard's caught in possession. Ayew tackles him, Tosin has it, and that's a massive let-off for Yannick Vestergaard and for Southampton. He could have squared it to Zaha 12 yards out. That's a good ball into Redmond, back to goal, holds off the defender Kelly, then turns away from one, into the box, fires a brilliant goal! Nathan Redmond puts Saints into the lead. He hit the bar with one like that at the weekend. This time it's unerring into the top corner. Top bins from Redmond, and Nathan Redmond's third Premier League goal of the season gives Saints a deserved lead against Crystal Palace here in the Premier League. He's got Bertrand on the overlap. Bertrand with the early ball in. Armstrong with the shot and the tip over from Guaita. It was deflected from the Scotsman's effort, left-footed, I think. And Zaha, by the way, Dave, below us. Stewart's come off the side here. Zaha getting angry about something, and that just shows how rattled Crystal Palace have been, Dave.
Absolutely.
Wilf Zaha putting his finger up to James Ward-Prowse's eye. VAR would have looked, and Ward-Prowse would have made something of it as Armstrong lines up a shot from 22 yards and doubles Southampton's lead just 2.5 minutes after half-time. And he picked his spot for his second goal of the season. Andre Mariner blows his whistle, cheers in one corner of Selhurst Park, boos around the most of it.
Well, here's hoping we can continue our incredible run with another win here today, and it seems that the fans at home certainly think so. Louis is predicting a 2-1 Saints win this afternoon. Wallace 7 has said 3-1 to the Saints. Lots of you predicting goals galore. Jack Winter has gone for a 3-2 win to the Saints. Mark Whittle, good afternoon to you. He says, on the way, excellent, we'll see you shortly. He says, come on, you Reds. And Scott Carr has gone for a nice clean sheet. 3-0. So lovely to hear from the fans so far. Make sure you keep those comments coming into us, and as always we'll do our best to read those out for you throughout the show. Now a match fact here that I think a lot of you will quite like at home. We last faced Spurs in the FA Cup during the 2002-2003 season. We won 4-0 in the third round, and of course that was when we went on to reach the final. So here's hoping for more good things today. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we last faced Spurs just a few weeks ago as we started the year with a massive 3 points.
Shake hands, it's a grey, murky day. Harry Kane 25 yards out, tried to thread it through to Ali, goes back to Kane, deflects and it's tipped wide by McCarthy. Armstrong's header goes back towards Bertrand. Armstrong reacted quickest then to the loose ball, finds Redmond into the box, right foot, left foot shot, parried, cleared away, corner Saints. And then they do force the error out of Spurs, and then they lift one over the top for Danny Ings. Ings in the box, onto his left foot, it's brilliant. It's a fantastic goal from Danny Ings. He's done it again. Saints top scorer, 17 minutes gone. Armstrong In front of him is Vertonghen, approaching the penalty area, just pauses, wants to get the cross from the ball, and does so to the near post, and somehow Redmond's shot came off the foot of Alderweireld and ballooned over the crossbar. It could so easily have gone in. Low ball into the near post, back ball, dearie me. Jan Vertonghen has put it over the bar from a narrow angle. You'd think he's going to chip this to the back post. He's done it as well. Kane's there. Offside flag goes up straight away. It was beautifully crafted by Eriksson. I mean, the way he put that just behind the defence. And as Harry Kane injured his hamstring, Ward-Prowse from the left again. Gazzaniga stays in his line. Shane Long goes up and he's headed it wide. And then Mike Dean puts the whistle to his mouth. Southampton start 2020 with 3 points.
Well, a great performance there, but will Danny Ings be in the side and amongst the goals today? We'll still plenty of time to have your say and let us know what you think. More comments here to get through from the fans watching along from all over the world today. Adam Bacon, good afternoon. He says 3-1 Saints, come on you Reds. Thanks for your comment there. Byron said 2-1 win Saints. Ings with both goals, so he does think Danny Ings will start today. Michael Hampton has said, come on you Reds, put one over on the Spurs. Yeah, we'd like to see that again for the second time this month, Michael. And the Real Destroyer, hello, he says 3-2 to the Saints at Djenepo, Ings and Buffal to score. Okay, so lots of confident fans getting in touch with us. Make sure you do keep those comments coming in. We are in the tunnel here as we build up to kick-off. And if you just follow me slightly this way, you can maybe take a peek out onto the hallowed turf. This is the view that the players will have before they make their way out onto the pitch. It's a pretty beautiful sight, that, isn't it? A wonderful tunnel here that we march on over their heads as well. Now let's recap to the third round of the FA Cup when the Saints were last in action here against Huddersfield. And I don't think debuts come much better than this. Of course, Will Smallbone and Jake Vokins both scoring in their first starts for the Saints.
Southampton 10 changes. It's the FA Cup third round, everybody. And suddenly James Ward-Prowse has sprinted 30-40 yards near the penalty area. Shea Adams in the box. Low shot straight at the keeper. No power on it, left-footed. And then the clearance is poor. It runs through to Smallbone. This could be a chance for the young man. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now, lovely touch from Smallbone. He's onside, Shane Long. This could be 1-0. It is 1-0. And Shane Long's first goal of the season. Oh, we're not having a VAR moment, are we? Oh my goodness, we are. They are, it's offside. Oh,
tell you what, honestly.
Danso gets there, hangs the ball towards the back post. Linesman doesn't say it's gone out, because went to Smallbone. It's another chance for him, and he's taking it. He could have had a goal earlier when he shot wide. He couldn't have an assist on his debut until VAR ruled it out. But now, instead of that, Will Smallbone has a goal on his debut for Southampton. And here, Saints trying to put the final nail in Huddersfield's coffin. Vokins has picked it up. Now he's taken a shot and he's scored! Unbelievable finish, left-footed from the edge of the penalty area. And the two teenagers have bagged a goal apiece after being given their chance by the manager. And they have won the game for Southampton. A routine FA Cup third round win for a Premier League team against lower opposition.
Wow, what a goal that was by Jake Vokins. Truly sensational by our youngsters there. Absolute dream debuts. Let's take a look once again at what the fans have been saying at home. Of course, this show is for you, the fans. Team News Live, you're letting us know what you think. Jake Flowers, good afternoon. He says, come on, 4-0 win. That would be wonderful. Luke Barnes, he said, come on, JWP. He's a big Prousey fan there. Charlie Dack has said, let's go, boys. And Pascal is going for a 4-2 win to the Saints. A lovely little halo emoji there as well, with 4 different scorers for the Saints. Fantastic. Why not? We'll keep those comments coming in because the team news will be coming your way very, very shortly. Not long to go now until we bring you that all-important team news. But now, the men's first team isn't the only team taking to the pitch at St Mary's this weekend. Oh no, it's an FA Cup double header this weekend. Of course, not only are we facing Tottenham today. Southampton women will be facing Coventry United tomorrow. They will be making history as they take to the pitch at St Mary's for the first time ever. It is a 1 o'clock kickoff, so do make sure you come on down. It's going to be a great day. And we did get to sit down with the captain, Shannon Sibright, and hear of her excitement about taking to the pitch for the first time.
Sunday morning, I'll be up. I normally do like morning yoga, have some breakfast. I'll be going for my walk along Southsea seafront, kitted out with Southampton stuff. I'll probably end up having my final meal then before we leave to head here.
The fact you're playing here on Sunday really show how your team in particular and the women's game in general is growing recently.
Yeah, it's amazing. As you see, like, there's been other teams that have been playing at their men's stadiums, and it just goes to show how much backing we have of the club for them to allow us to play on this pitch. Everyone loves an FA Cup game, and we've been on a great run at the moment, so we want that run to continue.
Coventry United side you're facing on Sunday, it's another opponent that sit a couple of divisions above. What sort of test are you expecting from them?
They'll have experienced players. I think they'll play with a high tempo. They'll have like, good game management and knowledge, so we're just going to have to focus on us and what we can do to maximise our strengths.
Yeah, and you trained here for the first time on Sunday. How was that?
Yeah, great experience for the girls. I know they're really excited coming into the changing rooms and onto the pitch. So it was great that they could have a look at the changing rooms, experience what the pitch is like ahead of Sunday. So I think that's a really good prep for us.
You live currently in Portsmouth. Did you get much stick when you're going around town there in the Saints tracksuit?
To be fair, well, I haven't recently. But I have like a pre-match routine where I go for a walk along the seafront in Portsmouth. So I'm obviously kitted out in my Southampton stuff. So the weekend just gone, walking along the seafront, I've got my earphones in, and I like kind of look to my right, and there's a guy that's rolling down his window, and he's going, "Scammer," and I'm like, I can hear, I can see it in his mouth what he's saying. But I'm like, I can't hear you. Got my earphones in, and then I'm walking past people that I like just walk past, and then one of them just went, "Scammer," and then some of them were like, "Great badge," and I'm just like walking along. I'm like, I'm loving it. My brother tells me off. He's a Portsmouth fan. Yeah. He's like, "Why are you going out in that?" And I'm like, oh, "I don't mind." I'm in fact lucky enough to work for the Saints Foundation. I'm a female inclusion officer. That looks to engage with females within the city, organising like multi-sport sessions to get them more physically active, whether that's football or whether that's netball. So I'm really enjoying that. Alongside that, I'm still doing some coaching as well, because I've just completed my UEFA B licence. It's a really good step in a good direction for me.
Who you've been involved in? Name some teams, list it off for us.
Right, so I started when I was 9, a local football team called Me on Milton. That's girls and boys. Age 10, I was playing for Portsmouth under 10s, while still playing for Me on Milton, like doing both. At U14, so when I was 14 years old, I joined Hampshire Centre of Excellence and stayed there till I was under 16. Unfortunately, they didn't have a women's set up at the time, so then I went back to Portsmouth Women, where I played 7 years, and then 2 seasons ago joined Southampton.
Will this be the highlight of your career so far, leading your team out of St Mary's?
Yeah, certainly, I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think this is the start really of something special with this team? Obviously you got promoted last year, you won the cup as well, but really doing your stuff at a big first team, largely based environment, do you think this is really the start for everything really?
I think the start of something special was like 2 years ago, certainly, and we've been growing since then. So I think this is just another step in the right direction for us to continue to grow. We're doing really well. We just got to continue to focus when we go back into league action of what we need to do, what we do well, and make sure and we play to our full potential.
And just in terms of the league, you play your games at AFC Tottenham. What's it like on a match day when there's quite a few crowds there and a good atmosphere really? Yeah,
AFC Tottenham's been amazing. Pitch is wonderful, like superb. And then like the atmosphere in general, it's a really friendly environment. We've created a nice community there.
You speak about community. Do you feel like the Southampton FC women's community is forever growing and this will help that even more?
Yeah, and I think like the club in general is like a real great community, and like the women's team certainly feel like part of that.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Team News Live. If you have just joined us, things are certainly beginning to get a little bit busier here in the tunnel as we prepare for kick-off. And as always, lots of you sending us in your thoughts from home. Joe Baker has said Shea will score tonight. He's feeling optimistic. Andrew Loxton has said, come on Southampton, you can win. More positivity from the fans. And Rosemary has said, on our way, 2-1 Saints. Well, we'll see you shortly, Rosemary. We will be bringing you the team news very soon, though. That is what we are all here for. So stay tuned and get those comments in before we reveal that in just a few moments' time. But before we do, we're going to hear from the boss himself. This is the thoughts of Ralph Hasenhüttl before we face Tottenham today.
In every part of our game, we see that the team is doing better. Still things to improve, but also if we make mistakes, we stick on the game plan. We believe in what we're doing, and with the ball, it was one of our best games so far in the season. And this shows me that this step back we made after the unsuccessful time and then making 2-3 steps forward, a typical signal of a very good performing team.
You had some good memories in the first cup competition of this season. How much are you looking forward to getting back to action in the FA Cup?
It's good that we have another home game against a stronger side, I think. With Tottenham comes a really good team, and we know that we played them not long ago on our ground, but it would be a different game and tough game for us. But if we show our qualities we developed in the last weeks, then we have a chance to take something to get in the next round.
Obviously, Tottenham don't have Harry Kane at the moment, and people talk a lot about that with them, I guess understandably. But there's a lot of other threats, isn't there, that I suppose you have to be wary of when you come up against them, even without him in the side.
Yeah, sure. These teams, they are full of high-quality players. Son is coming back. He wasn't playing the first round. I think the last game at St. Mary's. So, don't have to care too much about what they do, more care about what we do. And I think we expect the best possible squad that is playing against us, and so we have to have the best possible performance. And if we do this, then we have a chance to win.
It's been another busy week, obviously, and in general the last month or so has been extremely hectic. How's the squad looking, and what sort of decisions do you have to make in terms of managing people for this weekend?
Yeah, we managed Ingzi out on Tuesday. It helps to give him 90 minutes now on the weekend. And we have a few injuries with Yannick, with Shane Long and with Cedric. They're out for this game. Cedric for 2-3 weeks, I think, and then hopefully he's back. So we will have a few changes, and the squad is big enough. We have alternatives. We can use them, and they are happy to play, and let's have a look.
Well, we've just heard from the Saints boss there, and you may see that he is just over my shoulder now, speaking with the press ahead of today's game. The work really does never stop, so I'll keep my voice down slightly. Some more fan comments to get through. Thank you so much to all of those who are sending those in to us today. Jason Hallett has said he's going for a 2-1 win to the Saints. We've done it before and we will do it again. Yeah, we certainly can, Jason. Oliver has said 2-1 Saints, same as last time. Come on you Saints. And Janet Emery has said come on you Reds. Make sure you keep those thoughts coming in, because the team news is coming your way very shortly. Can we make it 2 wins over Spurs in just 1 month? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Well, the team news is in. There are a number of changes from the last time the Saints were in action. You can see the team on your screen, but I'll run through it with you in full. Your Saints team is as follows. In goal, Angus Gunn. At the back, Jack Stevens, Jan Bednarek, Kevin Danso and Ryan Bertrand. In the middle, Pierre Højbjerg, James Ward-Prowse, Nathan Redmond and Stuart Armstrong. And at the front, Danny Ings and Michael Obafemi. The substitutes then for Southampton, Harry Lewis, Maya Yoshida, Shea Adams, Musa Gineppo, Oriol Romeu, Sofiane Boufal and Will Smallbone, who of course, if you were watching earlier on in the show, got one of the goals against Huddersfield in the last round. So do make sure you're letting us know what you make of our lineup to take on Spurs this afternoon. And of course, as always, make sure you're staying across our social channels for updates throughout the day. Also make sure you're tuning in for our live commentary with Adam Blackmore and Dave Merrington. That's it from us on Team News Live, aside from one or two comments from the fans. Barry is watching from Canada. Wow, thank you for your support. Let's win today, then beat Liverpool on Saturday. I'm going to Anfield. I'm looking forward to seeing lots of you there, and I'm also hoping for a big win. Ben Vlogs has commented saying Ings with a hat-trick, and Gavin Smith has said Ingsy will score. So lots of optimism amongst the fans, and certainly here at the stadium as well. As I said, that's it from us on Team News Live. We'll see you next time. Bye.